Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rare American Coins, where we dive deep into the hidden history, the forgotten value, and the true story behind the coins you may have sitting in your pocket today. In this video, we're going to explore the remarkable journey of the 1971 half-dollar coin, a piece of American currency that came into circulation with more than just monetary value. It carries history, legacy, and a reflection of an evolving America, from its copper-nickel composition to the symbolic designs minted into its face. The 1971 half-dollar represents one of the most significant turning points in United States coinage history. In the year 1971, the United States Mint introduced a new chapter in the production of half-dollar coins by officially removing silver content from its composition for the first time in nearly 2 centuries. This change was not just a response to the rising costs of silver or economic adjustments, but also a sign of how American currency was evolving. In a modern world, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar was the very first of its kind to be minted in copper-nickel clad instead of the traditional 40% silver used from 1965 to 1970, and the earlier 90% silver used in 1964. This change was significant because it symbolized a break from the precious metal standard and a shift toward practicality and mass production. The Kennedy half-dollar had first appeared in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, and his image replaced Benjamin Franklin's portrait, which had been used from 1948 to 1963, on the obverse of the half-dollar coin. The design of the 1971 half-dollar coin remains consistent, with the earlier versions honoring John F. Kennedy's profile on the obverse designed by Gilroy Roberts. The profile was based on a portrait prepared shortly before his death, which was then quickly adapted for the new coin as a national tribute. The reverse side of the coin, created by Frank Gasparo, features the presidential seal, including a heraldic eagle with a shield on its chest, an olive branch in one talon, and arrows in the other, symbolizing America's commitment to peace and readiness for defense. Above the eagle's head appears a ring of stars representing the original 13 colonies and radiating lines representing glory and hope. This design was not only symbolic but also deeply emotional for the American public during the 1960s and 1970s, as Kennedy's memory remained fresh in the hearts of many Americans. Minted at 3 major facilities, the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, the 1971 half-dollar came with distinct mint marks that collectors today use to determine their origin. Coins minted in Philadelphia bore no mint mark. Those from Denver were marked with a small d, while proof coins from San Francisco were marked with an S. However, no silver versions were officially released for circulation in 1971, though some rumors and reports over the years have sparked debates about error coins or possible rare transitional planche strikes that might exist in private hands. Some collectors have claimed to possess 1971 half-dollars struck on silver planches from 1970. These are rare errors, and if authenticated would be highly valuable among numismatists. The mintage of the 1971 half-dollar was relatively high due to its wide use in circulation, though ironically it never saw significant popularity in everyday transactions. American consumers had long since stopped using half-dollars regularly, and banks often held excess inventories. Still, the Kennedy half-dollar maintained a ceremonial presence and was frequently given out as change in casinos or used in banks for bulk transactions. According to records, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 155 million half-dollars in 1971, while Denver produced over 302 million and San Francisco released just over 3 million proof coins. This immense production made the 1971 coin highly available, though only in circulated and non-silver formats. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1971 half-dollar coin is how it fits into the broader economic story of the United States during the early 1970s. Inflation was on the rise, energy crises loomed ahead, and the Bretton Woods system, which had tied the dollar to gold, was collapsing. President Nixon officially ended the dollar's convertibility to gold in August 1971, just months after the release of these half-dollars. This created a truly fiat currency system for the first time in modern U.S. history, and the half-dollar was among the first coins to fully embody this shift without any trace of precious metal in its makeup. This was not just a change in materials, but a shift in national economic philosophy and monetary strategy. From a metallurgical perspective, the coin's nuclide composition included a core of pure copper sandwiched between two outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This gave the coin a silvery appearance without the cost or value of real silver. This choice of materials was selected for durability, resistance to corrosion, and ease of minting. It also allowed the mint to create large quantities of the coins quickly and efficiently. Despite the lack of silver, the coins were made to maintain the same size, weight, and thickness as their predecessors to ensure compatibility with vending machines, coin sorters, and existing cash handling equipment. Collectors of the 1971 half-dollar look for specific characteristics that can enhance the value of a coin. These include strike, quality, luster, mint mark, clarity, and especially any unusual errors or varieties, for example, double die obverse coins where the image appears doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process are extremely sought after. Likewise, off-center strikes, planche errors, and misaligned dies can all contribute to a higher value. Some of these errors fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity, and condition coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with high mint state grades such as MS65 or higher are particularly desirable, especially if they possess full bell lines or sharp detail on the eagle's feathers. Despite its lack of silver in mass production, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar has become a favorite among both casual collectors and serious numismatists, not because of its material worth, but because of the story. It tells a story of a changing America, shifting economic policies, remembrance of a fallen leader, and the technological advancement of minting practices. It connects us to a time of upheaval and transition, and serves as a tangible piece of American identity in the post-World War II and Cold War era. In conclusion, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar may not carry silver or gold in its alloy, but it carries a wealth of historical weight and national symbolism. It is a reminder of how coins are more than just money. They are records of time, reflections of culture, and carriers of legacy. Whether found in a bankroll, a coin jar, or a collector's folder, the 1971 half-dollar remains a powerful relic of a pivotal decade in American history, and its story continues to shine through its worn faces and carefully preserved specimens in collections around the world.